Philadelphia definitely is using some type of technology to control people and do certain shit. It's the truth. This shit started for me 6 years ago when I first got my children taken, my house robbed, my identity information, me and my children's identity information robbed, Homeland Security, DHS, Department of Human Services, all these, organizations knew about my house being robbed. Because I started reading tarot, as y'all know, 6 years ago. Ever since I started reading tarot, and in 2017, 2018, when I arrived back to Philadelphia, they robbed and stole shit from my house, like I told y'all before. If y'all haven't heard the story, they tried to kill me. I had to, jump out of my window in my home because somebody broke into my house. They keep trying to blackmail me to close the case, even because there's proof that someone actually broke into my house. They tried to say that I was suicidal and I jumped out my window. So they're trying to blackmail me. They have all 7 of my children in DHS. They're trying to blackmail me to close my case because a detective is on my case. From somebody actually, they have proof that someone broke into my house. I didn't just jump out my window because I was suicidal. So they got me out my house. I had to sell my house because by the time I got out of the hospital from my injuries and learning how to walk again, they had broke in and vandalized my whole house. My roof, tore my roof down, tore my everything. I couldn't even stay in my house when I got out the hospital. Even the doctors, like the people at Temple was like, oh, you going to go back to that house? And they had people coming in there. They tried to say I was crazy and 302 me because I let them know that people wanted to steal my house. Now, y'all know Temple buying up everything around here, right? I owned my house free and clear, no mortgage, so they wouldn't have to go through a bank or anything like that. So I'm telling them, I'm like, yeah, people trying to, take my house. They've been asking me about my house for the whole 5 years that I was in my home. All the way up until 2017 when they actually try to take over my home. So fast forward, it's been 6 years. Y'all know I had a baby 9 months ago. They set me up, kicked me out the shelters. The federal government is not helping me. They kicked me out the shelters. I ain't have nowhere to stay. So, I'm trying to get jobs. They've been gang stalking me at my job. Keep talking about the same thing from the past, gang stalking me with the shit that has happened. Had people wearing, made shirts with shit on there. Y'all know how this shit go. Those of you who actually been through it. I was also knocked out cold while I was 9 months pregnant with my son that I just had. He's 10 months now, actually, because they kicked me out the shelter. So when they kicked me out the shelter, they knew I wasn't in the shelter. So it's easy to be like, yeah, she be at the same spots all the time downtown. So they had somebody come in there and punch me in my motherfucking head while I was, dozing off outside, 9 months pregnant. And nobody got caught for that. I believe it was on camera. It was on camera in front of the Citizens Bank on 7th or 8th and Market. Nobody came to me, said anything. Nobody, questioned anything about it. I reported it when I went to the hospital that same night when I got punched in my head. I was knocked out cold for a minute. And the only way that I actually got up is because I was sitting near one of the vents on the ground on 7th and Market in front of the Citizens Bank, across from the Dunkin' Donuts. So the only way I actually woke up is because when I got hit, I burnt my leg through my tights, and it woke me up. And by the time I actually got up, there wasn't nobody around me. So I'm like, damn, did you doze off that hard? This, that, and the third? No. Weeks later, I had a fucking my vein in my head and everything was so big, and the knot that I had from my vein on the left side of my head was so big, and I felt like I had a concussion. But I did go get checked that night. They like, oh, you sure you ain't just fall asleep? No, I had got punched in my head so hard that I actually hit my lip, had blood in my mouth and everything. So they was watching me. So for the police and them not to be doing anything, make it make sense. You have to have something to do with it. You have my children in DHS. Like, what type of moves are y'all actually making? What sense do you actually make if you're trying to, you claim somebody broke in, but y'all don't know who. You claim, oh, it was raining that night, so y'all couldn't get fingerprints. This, that, and the third. And then you mad about my money that you stole my children. You're worried about my income tax. You're worried about the house. You thought I wasn't going to tax you from stealing my house? My house is my business. My house, that home that people live in right now, is still connected to my business. Exquisite Fashions Boutique. That's my shit. So when I took a loss, when you stole my shit, yes, you're getting taxed on that. What the fuck are you talking about? And then they walking around here talking about, I stole this, that, and the third. Stole what? Y'all stole my business. And it's going to keep coming up. You stole my children's identity. That's why they not bringing them, sending them home. My children have not come home and been home with me. They've been in DHS for 6 years because my house got robbed. And then you got a fucking dumbass judge sitting there talking about, oh, you homeless. Oh, your children are getting adopted. You can't adopt my children out because a fucking community of people, probably your own people, you dickhead ass nigga, robbed my motherfucking house, vandalized it while I was in your hospital. Are you fucking serious? Having to learn how to walk all over again. So you don't think that the public can put 2 and 2 together and say they got 6 children, all under the age of 15. These people can get welfare for the rest of their fucking life, including past the time that the children are 18 to 21 years old. The only one that knows better in this family of 8 is the mother that y'all tried to kill. You telling me that y'all good at what y'all do, but the public don't see that you have my children in DHS. The children are all minors, and this girl can't get she ain't getting no food stamps, no cash, no nothing for them. DHS has raised food stamps over the last 6 years. And think about everything that has happened over the last 6 years. ID me for identity theft. They're using my life to protect other people, but not protecting me after it has happened to me. They got ID me, holding on to my children. I don't get cash from the fucking state. Only for my last son until they snatched him so I wouldn't have no cash. And I'm the fuck crazy. It's the card that they keep wanting to use. But they can't use it anymore because you have a whole detective, which is over the police, who has already confirmed that somebody already broke into my house while she was the fuck asleep. How the fuck you talking about she was going through psychosis? Psychosis of what? The girl wasn't on drugs when she jumped out when we took her in the hospital. She had no drugs in her system. So what was she going through psychosis of? Y'all had her electric off. They knew that. The electric company had my electric off when the people broke into my house. And they still doing the same shit. And then trying to poke me and attack me enough, provoke me so I can go to jail. DHS set me the fuck up, put me out the shelters. They're all connected. Nobody's slow. Oh, you think you're going to use our shelters to make sure we don't get to take your new baby? Oh, you won't do that and put me and my baby on the street. And every night that I called, every fucking shelter, every domestic violence shelter, everywhere that I've called, left me and my baby on a motherfucking bench downtown. It's on camera. The police have been called to contact homeless outreach themselves. And the police have sat there and be like, oh, they don't have any room. Just so DHS could take my son I just had. And I'm expecting again. I heard that you was going to use me for everything that you can with using my babies. That's what you believe you're going to do? I go see one of my oldest daughter at my visit in DHS at the community umbrella agency up here on 3300 Henry Avenue, because that's where they was putting my visits instead of putting them downtown at DHS where certain shit can't happen. They drags my son out of my hands while he in the stroller. I was told if I don't let my baby go, I'm gonna get beat the fuck up by a DHS worker. Now they bribing me, trying to get me out of here, doing shit to my vehicle so I don't press charges on her. And this is all because they robbed me, stole my children, got my youngest baby, one of my youngest children calling people mom, and then this crooked ass judge gonna tell me he got my kids, he can do what he want to do with them, and then gonna open a new case on my baby they just snatched out of my motherfucking hand in the stroller, and gonna give him a second case for my son. Nigga, you're off the case. And the only reason why they keeping you on there because they wanted to get you out of there. That's what you understand. They keeping you on the case because they want to get you out of there. I try to get you off just like I try to get Natasha off my case. Y'all will pay for this. No, it's no and ifs or buts about it. Nobody trying to go down with y'all. They not trying to go down with y'all. So, all that trying to get rid of me, I'm not the one you need to be worried about. Y'all got way too many witnesses. Way too many people in your own field of work that y'all should be focused on than to be fucking with me and trying to get my children back. What does me getting my children back, how does me getting my children back affect your life? Law enforcement, what does me getting my children back, how does that affect your life? Now, as far as the resource parents who has been getting money from the state and don't have to barely go to work, you might grab a job here and there, but you really getting, your job is taking care of my children. Now I have an issue with them. And this is what y'all keep failing to realize. You're putting my money, because it is my money, it's my cheese, yes it is, because those are my children. You're putting money for my children in other people's houses. You letting them know what I look like. They know what I look like. I don't know them. I don't know where they live. They're not on the street. I am. So you're putting me in danger to be attacked by people who want to keep my children, who has had them long enough to be able to say, well, damn, they told her that she was going to get them back a year or two ago. Yeah, but she had a house, she had everything, so what happened? Oh, well, we might as well, they get comfortable with the money. So then you got me out in the street with a bunch of fucking strangers who have my children. The community umbrella agency. Y'all might as well kiss your little corporation goodbye, because that's done. You know why? Because you talking about the community umbrella agency. Why does everyone and their mama know that I'm trying to get my children back? This ain't no community umbrella agency. This ain't no stand under my umbrella, Ella, Rihanna bullshit. When you need some motherfucking help, you can stand under my umbrella. This ain't that. Y'all are domestic terrorists. That's what the fuck y'all are. So I'm living in a community, barely, on the street. Y'all done.